When the power elite don't give a damn about contract law, we end up with a lawless society. When you have the elite writing their own laws, mixed with the selective enforcement of the law and privileged violation of the law, you have no law. You have a lawless society. We humans have a worldwide lawless society, a kind of elitist anarchy of predation. The elite, cops, judges, politicians, and businessmen do whatever they want, whenever they want. That's a lawless society and a violation of contract law. The student loan and the charter school programs are both scams. The charter school scam is promoted through the elite's underfunding of public schools. The elite purposely underfund public schools so they can rush in and, through privatization, appear like the saviors of a failed public educational system. That fails because of their refusal to properly fund it. This is also a part of econodynamics and Bredonomics. Privatization is theft of government for personal profit. That's a conflict of interest. It's called graft. It's corruption. The government and society is supposed to belong to us all, not to be the exclusive property of the elite. The elite want to privatize and commercialize primary education and corrupt it into a profiteering industry, just like they've done with secondary education through the student loan scam. Just wait. If charter schools are allowed to flourish, prices will skyrocket and student loans will become mandatory for primary education as well. There is nothing that charter schools can't accomplish that can't be accomplished through the public education system if given the appropriate funding. Education is a social responsibility. The handing down of knowledge from generation to generation is what has kept our species alive and progressing. Yet now the elite have decided knowledge is a product to be sold only to those who can afford the extortion. We Americans are now charged for education and the internet. 80% of the world gets one of these two things for free. Our American parents and grandparents paid for the creation of the internet, and we Americans continue to be forced to pay for what we already bought generations ago. Another reason government programs are dangerous to society is these programs always put more restrictions on those who need help, not on those causing the problems in the first place. Exempting paperwork and red tape, the actions of the elite who create the need for the government programs are little restricted, but great demands are placed upon those receiving the help. Look at the Affordable Care Act. What we needed was a law to protect us from the predatory insurance industry, and what we got was a law that forces our victimization by the predatory insurance industry. A lot of people blame Obama for this, but equalists don't see it that way. What we saw was a president so eager to prove his consensus building abilities that he negotiated himself out of anything resembling what he originally intended. But the conservative elite got exactly what they intended: a national health care bill that would satisfy no one. The Affordable Care Act was the result of the conservative elite's efforts to kill nationalized medicine. And the first thing these conservative elitists did after they got the bill they negotiated for was to complain about it. This is just one of the ways the liberal and conservative elite play us against one another. No non-predatory, equalist conservative is against access to medical care. On the contrary, they recognize medical care as the human right that it is, and pursue any system that adequately provides excellent health care to all citizens. Only under Predonomics could forced insurance be accepted as a national health care system. What the liberals wanted was single-payer nationalized medicine. But this has already failed as through the practices of Medicare. Like food stamps and the student loan program, Medicare is just another example of econo-dynamics, a government program resulting in hyperinflation of an entire industry, which in turn causes the need for more government programs. First, Medicare is full of ridiculous restrictions. For instance, it only allows changes in coverage once a year. My state chose my coverage for me and pays any extra costs I may accrue because of that choice the state made on my behalf. This is called Medicaid, an extension of Medicare. I didn't choose this coverage myself because I can't afford it. But if the state cancels their payments for any reason, and they have on a couple of occasions, I'm stuck paying these extra payments myself for the remainder of the year, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it. So we poor aren't only under the stress of the social conditions that require our need for government programs, we also face the stress of the constant threat of the cancellation of these programs. This is also how predonomic econodynamics works. Medicare results in hyperinflation partly because it encourages and pays off fraud. I issued my first fraud complaint with Medicare 25 years ago. This doctor charged Medicare for unnecessary tests that, if conducted at all, I wasn't informed of, didn't authorize, and never received the results from. I wasn't asking Medicare anything. I was telling them, don't pay this. It's fraud. They said, screw you. We pay who we damn well want to pay, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. I don't even have the right to deny payments being made through the fraudulent use of my own name. Medicare cares nothing about fraud. I'm the customer, the patient. I goddamn decide who gets paid and who don't. I had one clinic that actually did the right thing and did an emergency EKG, and Medicare refused to pay for that. Yet, actual fraud, they pay without hesitation even after it's reported to them. In the next video of this equalism series, titled Equalism 109B, I discuss how Medicare allows the out-and-out denial of medical care. Please share this video series with as many non-predators, with as many equalists as you can. Thanks.